another BS Spooktober 31 Days of Halloween video. I'm Brittany.
I'm Steven.
And today we are doing a top 5 battle. If you are unfamiliar with our battle series, this is where we make a list of top 5 of a certain subject. We do not share our lists with each other, and so it's a solid surprise throughout the whole video.
So I'm going to kick it off with my number 5 pick, and it is the creature from Jeepers Creepers.
Ooh, that's a good one, because that thing is scary as hell.
Yeah, it's just creepy. I remember watching this movie when I was younger, and I think a good creature is fascinating, and this one's a good creature.
The unknown in this film is a very strong element, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what it is, what's going on, but it's creepy, it's humanoid, it's smart, but it's also grotesque.
I remember the first time Steven introduced me to this film, I had never seen it before, and I could not handle the fact that I didn't understand the lore behind the creature. Like, was it a demon? Was it a creature? What was it? I just could not handle it. I was just too freaked out. And then once I, figured out what it was, what the lore around it was, I was like, oh, okay, this ain't so bad. Like, he's still scary, but I wasn't like...
I think he's a good villain. I would exclude the second one, and I don't support the third one. But it's so... But the original one, the creature, he's good.
So my number 5 pick, I'm going to go with a classic on this one, and I'm going to pick Jigsaw, solely for the sake of the first Saw film. I have not seen any of the other Saw films. I know the synopsis is for all of them, but I've never seen them. But I think that the first film really digs into his, depravity and just how twisted and far he'll go, and the twist in this movie is so good. No spoilers, but it's great, and I think that it really shows off how much of a true villain he is.
I agree, he is a good villain, and good motivations, which I think is important. I think it's either the unknown, or you have to have a really good motivation to be a good villain, and he has a very clear one.
So for my number 4 pick, I'm going with something that's not a single person. It is the xenomorphs from Alien. I think that these are a fascinating creature, and they're such an interesting sci-fi element, and the different ways that their body works and their hunting skills. It's just a fascinating, it's a very well-established creature, and I like that.
Nothing makes you go, oh, more than when that thing comes creeping in out of the dark. You're just like, ooh, that's a good pick. Mine is actually a movie that I've referenced on other top 5s from last Halloween when we did our little Halloween series, and it popped up I think twice, so it's popping up again. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. And it is The Witch from Darkness Falls.
Oh, I've never seen this movie. Maybe we should watch this.
We should watch it because it's spooky. It gave me nightmares as a child. I was not even afraid of the dark, but I became afraid of the dark because it's just spooky, guys. That's all I can say. It's scary.
Who's even in that movie? Anyone know?
A bunch of people, I don't remember their names. You'd recognize it. You go, oh, them. Yeah. So those people. But it's good, scary creature. So my number 3 pick is actually from a fairly recent movie. And before I say, I'll preface this that I picked this because there's very few times that I have jumped while watching a movie and been legitimately freaked the heck out.
Picked the same
Did
one
we?
On this one.
And it is... I don't even know his name. I'm just going to say the creepy guy from Gerald's Game.
Oh, no, that's not my pick.
Good.
But that's a good one.
Because this came out of nowhere for me, and I think it's a good villain just because, like I said, very few times have I been so scared. And we were watching this movie, and this guy popped in, and we both threw our phones across the room and screamed because we're, ah! Which does not happen, even in the scariest movies.
So, my number 3 pick has some similar aspects to yours, sometimes. I'm gonna go with a more recent, in the last decade film, and that is The Entity from It Follows, which is the actual name of it. I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was called. The Entity. If you've never seen It Follows, I highly recommend go watch our top 5 videos of Halloween recommendations, because there's a lot on there, and this one pops up. This is a morphing creature, essentially demon, whatever it is, but it's basically a sexually transmitted demon. Whoever has sex with the next person, they catch it, and it follows them, And so it can morph into different people and look like different things. And slow creatures, creepy things, are just like my kryptonite, and I just love it so much. And this creature is just one of the most unique concepts I've ever seen in a horror film, and I really enjoyed it. So my number 2 pick is going to be a face that you're going to see a lot around here on this series, and that is Michael Myers.
Oh.
I never have seen I hadn't seen the first Halloween film until this year. Actually, the only one I had seen previous to this year was H2O, and he didn't really strike me as that great in that one. But Halloween, the original film, he is one of the best movie villains ever in that movie, and just his snarkiness and pizzazz without ever speaking is just amazing.
Well, my number 2 pick is the entity from It Follows. I didn't look it up. I was just going to call it that thing from It Follows. And I think you said it all. It's just a creepy, good, unique creature. If you can't see a theme in my list, I like creepy creatures. Like, I don't care about people. They're not that scary.
So we are going to throw around honorable mentions, or an honorable mention, because Steven doesn't have any for this video. We like to throw at least 1 or 2 in most of our top 5s. My pick is going to be from a vampire movie, actually, and it's going to be Marlowe from 30 Days of Night, who is the head vampire.
Oh!
Played by, I forget his name, but he's great.
That guy.
He is just such an interesting villain, and for a vampire movie, it's one of the most unique vampire films I've ever seen, and he hits my creepy bone a lot. He has the smooth talking and the charisma, but you know that he would just destroy your life in a moment's notice. It's great.
I would also say for that movie, it's rare that vampires in general carry that, brutality. I feel like there's been a romanticization of
it kind
vampires.
of goes back to Dracula origins a little bit.
So it's more like the vampires in the movie are scary because they're so freaking brutal and they're tearing people in half, and it makes them scarier and more intense, especially after how people feel about vampires, I feel like, lately. Well, my number 1 pick is one that I'm pretty sure this is your number 1 pick too, maybe. I'll be surprised if not. Like we said, we did not collude to make these lists, but this villain has given me plenty of childhood trauma, and there came out with a movie.
I think ours is the same.
And mine is Pennywise from It.
Mine is It from It. Pennywise is a sub-genre of It. You might have Pennywise as your favorite because of the clown aspect, but I personally, the creature in and of itself is my favorite.
I think the clown part is the creepiest.
Well, because here's the thing. We're talking movies specifically, and the clown is the only thing that really presents in the movie that has been out so far. The original series has a little bit of another form of his, but not much. It's mainly the clown. Whereas in the book, so many different forms, and it's great, and I hope they put some in the second movie.
Which I will say, some of the different forms they had in the new film were creepy as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Why did I not think of those? I was like, there's only the clown in the new one. That's not true.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones.
You're correct.
Like that old lady who was creepy and surprised me. But in general, I just find Pennywise, or It, the creature, fabulously creepy. Like I said, has given me plenty of nightmares over the years. I hate clowns, and
it's also another one of those most unique, horror concepts I've ever seen, or horror creature concepts. You have the general theme of certain ones that rotate through horror movies throughout the years, and this one has never really been replicated. There's morphing ones, in It Follows and things like that, but their origins are very different, and their, core abilities are very different, essentially, and Pennywise / It is just extremely unique and extremely formidable, in my opinion.
Which, I guess if you've seen our channel, you shouldn't be surprised that was both of our number 1 picks because of how much time we spend on it.
Sorry, we're a little predictable.
But we don't care, and we're very hyped for the following movie to scare the pants off us. Well, guys, those are our lists for our top 5 battle. Let us know down in the comments below who had the best list, and tell us your list as well. We're very interested in seeing what you guys think are the best villains, especially for these horror movies, and maybe even recommend us some new movies and some new villains to watch. And leave us a like on this video. We really appreciate your support, and subscribe so you don't miss any videos from us. We have a ton coming your way for our 31 Days of Halloween. If you want to check some of those out, we'll have them right over there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.